I'd like to pass the floor to the next speaker.
I am Frederick Omoy Maduruge, representing the Nelson Mandela Human Rights Association. What is called colonialism in Africa is what I call the genesis of terrorism. Today, we have a new dimension of colonialism as African leaders continue to impose themselves in power and to steal and hide money in European banks. It took Switzerland 20 years of litigation and foot dragging before they reluctantly repatriated $1.4 billion stolen and hidden in their banks by the late Nigerian military head of state, General Sani Abacha. Interest from that amount was lost. Report shows that $1 trillion is stolen yearly by African leaders and hidden abroad, while Africans desperately try to escape from their various countries through the Mediterranean Sea. Today, Nigerian senators earn more than any European president because they ingeniously appropriate emoluments and earnings to themselves against national and international law. It is forbidden under paragraph 2 of Article 8 of United Nations Convention Against Corruption for public officers to engage in self-dealing with emoluments that are unacceptable under international law. Nigeria is signatory to that convention. What Nigerian senators earn in 4 years is enough to build 18 hospitals in each of the 36 states of Nigeria. Sadly, President Muhammadu Buhari of Nigeria has spent 107 days in the United Kingdom to seek medical treatment without publicly disclosing his expenses, which he took from National Treasury. This is a government purportedly fighting corruption. Therefore, it is imperative on behalf of the European Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria to recommend as follows. 1. That the EU and other countries must stop banking stolen money from Africa. 2. That the EU and other countries must seriously consider placing travel bans on Nigerian senators and their families. 3. All financial assistance to Nigeria must be urgently reviewed. We receive financial assistance, we borrow, we receive astonishing revenue, we have unmatched natural resources, yet we have become the poverty capital of the world as 6 Nigerians slide into poverty every minute, while 44 Indians get out of poverty every minute. Lastly, we, Africans, must begin to seriously hold our leaders accountable. Enough is enough. Thank you.
Thank you.
Like you know, we have not come to tell them in Europe how bad our country is. We have not come to tell them that we are washing our dirty linen in the public. We are here to tell them that we have a beautiful country called Nigeria, situated at the western part of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We want to tell them that we are a beautiful people. We want to tell them that there is no country as blessed as Nigeria. We want to tell them that if there is a place you must visit before you die, it is Nigeria. But sadly, we are here to tell them that we are undergoing a system in Nigeria that has become so unacceptable by Nigerians and friends of Nigerians. We are saying that we refuse to be so poor in the midst of plenty. We are here to say that we are ashamed that suddenly we have become the poverty capital of the world, with 6 Nigerians sliding into poverty every minute, while 44 Indians leave the poverty index every minute. We cannot continue like this. We are here to say that the European Union must begin to ban Nigerian politicians, especially the senators, for gross abuse of power, for appropriating emoluments and earnings to themselves against the laws of Nigeria. Now, every Nigerian senator earns more than every president in every European country. Our people have become poor because of this. There is no European president that earns like the Nigerian senator. Every Nigerian senator earns 30 million naira in a month. That translates to 379 billion naira for 109 senators. That translates to 1.4 trillion naira in 4 years. If you divide that amount by the 36 states in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, every state will receive nothing less than 36 billion naira. That can build 18 hospitals in every state in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But today, we have a president that travels to the UK for medical treatment. President Muhammadu Buhari has spent 107 days in the UK. From the national treasuries, monies he refused to disclose to our people. Money taken from national treasuries. Yet, he is fighting, purportedly, corruption. We are here to say that the killing in Nigeria as reported by the Amnesty International is grossly unacceptable. The manslaughter in Nigeria, the slaughters going on, the massacre is a shame. And we know that if this continues, the worst is yet to come. Remember that after the genocide of 1994 in Rwanda, the late Kofi Annan, former Secretary General of the United Nations, regretted that the UN did not act on time. We are here to say that the European Union must not wait any minute before they act on Nigeria, so that you don't end up saying we regret not acting earlier. People are being killed, houses are being burned, lands are being claimed, and our people are suffering. But we know that if this continues, a time will come when the tragedies in Nigeria will translate to the tragedies in the sub-regions of Africa. And at the end of the day, it will be a problem. Why is it that Africans travel through the Mediterranean Sea in search of greener pastures, which has become a migration menace to European countries? The reason is simple: because our people are escaping from the harsh conditions. Therefore, we must begin to tackle the situation where European countries give money to Nigeria now on other African countries for programs and projects which are unaccounted for. We are here to say that you must stop giving financial aid to Nigeria. We borrow, we receive grants, we have huge revenues, we are naturally blessed, yet we have become the poverty capital of the world. We are sad, we are pained, and we are saying that this nonsense must stop. We have come today to submit a letter to the President of the European Council, Donald Tusk, to be received by the representative of Federica Mogherini, because we are saying that the time has come that Nigeria should be supported. Nigeria needs help. Sadly enough, our fellow Nigerians living in Nigeria have become too weak. Nigerians are not good followers, sad to say, because we talk, we act, but they're not ready to move. But we can understand. The simple reason is because Nigerians have become too hungry to become angry. But because we live abroad and we see what is happening in Europe and America and Canada and other places, it pains us deep in our hearts that the developments we see here is not translating to the same development in Nigeria or Africa. We can do better. We are too blessed to be cursed. Therefore, we are standing as Nigerians to say no to whatever has held us down as a people. We are saying no to VIP treatments in Nigerian prisons. We are saying no to uncompleted projects. We are saying no to sporadic gun shootings during Nigerian elections. The last Osun State election was a shame, condemned by the EU, condemned by UK, condemned by the United States of America. How can you shoot a Nigerian or shoot sporadically in the air just because you scare Nigerians from voting? No Nigerian owns Nigeria more than Nigerians. You have no reason to disenfranchise our people. I am neither APC nor PDP, but every Nigerian has a right to vote. Whoever wins should win according to the wish of the people. that the Nigerian army and police officers allow themselves to be used to shoot sporadically, then you should learn from the Zimbabwean soldiers who called Robert Mugabe to book. Nigerian soldiers are not helping democracy. Nigerian police officers are not helping democracies. You must refuse to be used by your people. We attend the same market like you. We buy the same products like you. We buy at the same price. Why do you allow your superiors to use us against us? Nigerian soldiers, you must wake up. You must begin to say no to your superiors. We refuse to continue like this. When they tell you to shoot during elections, you must say no. You must say no. Power belongs to the people. I'm not speaking for PDP. We are the people. We live abroad. We see everything going on here. We might decide not to come back home. But no, we must go back home. Nigeria belongs to us. It's our home. But we don't want to come to Nigeria where we are teaching our children how to use generators for electricity supplies. We refuse to teach our children where we need to pump water into our boreholes before we get water. We refuse to tell our children to explain the chaos in our road junctions because traffic lights are not working. Nigerians are too poor. Why? Because our leaders made us poor. This election of 2019, remember that on the 1st of November, we are going to choose just one person through our YouTube channel that we are going to support, whether in the diaspora, whether in Nigeria. If they want to kill us, we shall die together. If they want to arrest us, we shall die together. If they want us to take us to prison, we shall go to prison together. But we shall not die. But we shall not go to prison. Because Nigeria belongs to us. We shall claim Nigeria from the few cabal that has held us bound over the years. Since 1960, Nigeria got political independence, but since 1960, we've been experiencing economic slavery. But we are standing here to say no. Whoever you are, born of a man or a woman, whatever you have stolen from Nigeria, we shall get each item back from you. It belongs to us. Send your children abroad and give us bad education in Nigeria. We shall get it back from you. Go abroad for medical treatment, but give our people bad hospitals. You shall pay. Steal our money, bring it to Europe and build houses and buy houses. We shall take it from you. It belongs to us. Fellow Nigerians, as we stand up to vote in 2019 to put us in the proper map of Africa and in the world, remember that you have to vote rightly. The time has come for us to say no. Don't say I will not vote because my vote does not count. In 2019, your vote must count, whether they like it or not.